All right, welcome everybody. Roy, absolutely send us a picture of your eye patch and your peg leg, our matey. She's about to get going. Okay, so here we are. This is the captain's meeting for the Allan Zilkowsky Memorial Trout on the Fly, and also for the sucker derby that we're going to have on the Sunday as well. Hello, Ron. Welcome to everybody that's joining us. Welcome to Ron from Open Creek Dam. I just want to start off by thanking Ron and Robin and Rimby Fish and Game for being our gracious hosts out there. For everybody that's been there before, um, you all know what it's like. For everybody that hasn't come to fish with us, it's probably my favorite place to go. I spend a lot of time out there with my family camping, and we absolutely love it. And Ron and Robin are phenomenal people to have around us. So, alrighty. So, I have posted on Facebook everybody's camping sites. I've had a couple messages about there's a whole bunch of people in sites 39 and 40. We've got one trailer in there and then just a whole bunch of tents and people truck camping. Trust me, it is two giant spots stuck together. You guys can all easily fit in there. I think you can. Ron and Robin can correct me if I'm wrong, but we could probably fit three 40-foot trailers in those spots. So yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. I will start off by saying if anybody does have any questions, comments, concerns when you first get there, I'll be in site 48. Come down and see me if you've got any questions or anything, or send me a message. I will tell you right now, for everybody that is going out, there is no cell service out there unless you are on Rogers. As you come in down the road, you're going to see there's a big sign there that as you do a sharp corner, like to call it the phone booth. It's got a kind of a danger sign there. If you go to there, there is cell service. So if you have to make phone calls or anything, you guys can all head up there. Ron and Robin run the site. They're at their campsite is right when you check in. So if there's questions, comments, concerns, you can go and see them. I just want to touch on a couple things. Oh, there you go. Robin does have Starlink at her site. So if anybody needs to place a call via their Facebook Messenger or whatever, iPhone messaging type thing, FaceTime, you can go and chat with Ron and Robin. Couple things I want to bring up. There is fires allowed out there. Ron and Robin do have big Rubbermaid totes of wood that are sold from the campground for $10 a tote. Also, worms. So for everybody fishing the sucker derby, Robin has bags of worms. They're nice, great big dew worms, $7 a bag. Robin, I'll take 3 bags for myself. Everybody else, just make sure that you bring yourself whatever you need, or if you need to get worms, you can go and speak to Ron and Robin. As well as Robin has some disinfectant spray. So it's the Quat Plus spray, same thing that they're using for all your inspection stations. So they've got spray bottles of it filled up that you can buy yourself a bottle of it for $10 and then have that with you as you move from derby to derby to make sure that you're disinfecting your boat to help stop that spread of invasive species, your aquatic mussels and such. So thanks for that, Robin. So again, the boat sanitizers, $10 a bottle. Worms are $7. Wood is $10 a tote. Go see Ron and Robin for that. Trout on the fly. It is your best 3 trout. I don't care about the size for this event. So your best 3. What I'm going to ask is that in between each picture of a trout you take a picture of the sky, your boat, your feet, your face, anything. Between each picture, when you're coming up to me, I want to see a picture of one picture of a fish. So if you take 5, keep the best one, delete the rest, and then take a picture of something else so that we can see it's a break between the fish. And again, I only want your best 3. So delete all the other ones, or if you have to, if you're competing in SummerSlam and you're going to keep a bunch of these fish, take your best 3, screenshot them, and in between those screenshots, put a picture of something, however you can, whatever. Just really makes it easier on me when we're reviewing your pictures to know that they are different fish. So please only come up with your best 3 fish ready to go for the picture. Trout on the fly. You do not have to fly fish, but you must use a fly as your only lure. You cannot have spinners or spoons or anything attached in line to use for attracting them. You can absolutely use a bobber and split shot and a fly, but that's it. You cannot have anything under the water besides a split shot and your fly. So please make sure everybody with that. PFDs. We talk about this all the time. It's the first derby of the season. Everybody needs to know that you must wear your PFD. If you are on the water without your PFD, you can be disqualified from the event. It's a no-go. PFD's on, zipped up. You can't just kind of have it sitting open. If you're going to be wearing a inflatable PFD or anything like that, please make sure that you're making me aware of it or making one of the other directors aware that you are wearing an inflatable PFD, because that's going to be super important for everybody that you're wearing that life jacket PFD. Please, nobody that's competing in the derby, I don't want you wearing a belt style PFD like you use for SUPs. It's got to be a vest style. So whether it's an inflatable or non-inflatable, it needs to be a vest style. We prefer it to be on the outside of your clothing. So if it starts raining, you can absolutely take it off for a quick second, put your rain jacket on, put it back on. If you are doing that, make sure your line is up out of the water. Roy, yeah, you can't use a jig head that's got like feathers out the end. It needs to be a fly, something that you can cast with a probably 5-6 weight fly rod, right? We're not using big jig heads, anything like that. It needs to be an actual fly. I've had the question a couple times about like the wire worm style, like the San Juan worms, chironomids, absolutely stuff like that. Absolutely, you're allowed to use those, but it needs to be a fly. Yeah, Chad, thanks. I know you guys wear inflatables, same as Greg and Robin. Jade, beige vest style pull cord, that's fine as long as you're wearing it. Roy, I love it. Inflatable PFDs, jump in the lake so that we know you're wearing a PFD. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I say I want you guys to wear them on the outside of your clothing. For some of these inflatable PFDs that are not automatic, if it's underneath a vest and you have your vest zipped up, there is absolutely no way that you're going to properly get hold of that. So if for some reason or other you need to have a rain jacket on, make sure that that PFD is on top of your rain jacket. So your PFD should be your outermost layer, just to make it easy for everyone. Trevor, what's the latest people can enter the tournament? I'd like to say right now, I'd like to know who's coming, just for the simple fact of making arrangements for the prizes, everything. If somebody's just going to show up the day of, I'll be around on ability to answer phone messages until tomorrow, probably about 11 o'clock in the morning. After that, I will be out of service. You can try and message one of the other directors that's coming. So Carl, Taryn, Broden, Flynn's going to be there, but Flynn will be out there early along with myself. So try and let us know early, but I'd like to know everybody that's going to be competing before noon so that I can make sure. Robin, thank you. People can message Robin directly as well. She's got service out there, so she can let me know as well. No, Matt, it is only rainbow trout. So with that, there are a ton of brood trout. Robin or Ron, you're going to have to chime in. How many were left last year with tags, and how many tags for this year still? So a tagged trout in Open Creek Dam is worth $50. So we're catch and release. So just clip that tag off, keep that little tag, bring it with you, go up and see Ron and Robin at the camp office. They run a tournament there with these tagged fish, and it's $50 if you catch a tagged fish. So that's the brood trout, and there are some big ones in there. There was a ton last year that didn't get caught, plus the ones they added this year. 15 tagged ones not caught last year, and there was 15 put in this year. So there is 30 tagged trout in that lake. So there's $1,500 if my math is correct. Somebody can tell me if I did that wrong, but I think that's accurate. So there's a lot here. Robin says, you know, that it's an inch long yellow wire tag in the back. And stocking report 2,500 20 centimeter, some 35 centimeter, and some 50 centimeters. Last year there was some big ones put in, like the high poundage. Broden, I think I did math. I don't know. I'm hoping I did it right. Nobody's corrected me, so I might be correct in that. Yes, there was only 2,000 of the 6 to 10 inch that were put in. So the numbers were down for the stocking, but we do have lots of opportunities. Was out there on the weekend, and man, were the trout ever biting. So it's hopefully going to be a great time. As I said, you've got three fish on the water by 6. So you can get out to start fishing at 6. By 5 o'clock, you need to be off the water and either have already given me your pictures or standing in line that I can see you. I'll be right at the boat launch in the loop. I'll have a tent set up with a table and a computer. You need to come see me and I'll enter your fish. If you're on the water still and you haven't got off the water by 5 o'clock, your fish won't count. So make sure that you are off the water by 5 o'clock and over where we are doing the where we're taking the measurements. It is barbless hook as well. I know it's not a barbless province anymore, but as part of what the trail does, we do run barbless hook. It just puts a little more effort and fun into what we're doing. Broden, thank you. Broden is going to grab coffee for the caffeine addicts right now. We will have coffee for Saturday morning for everybody. With that, there is no running potable water on site. There's a couple of springs nearby that you can go and fill up water jugs, that kind of thing with. But if you're looking for water, make sure you either bring it with you or stop along the way and grab your water. Just trying to go through here, see if there's anything else I missed. If by chance you catch a trout and it dies right by the dock at the where we're kind of the majority of us are camping, there will be a cooler there. Take your fish and put it in that cooler and then let me know. So if you do have a fish that dies, you need to reel your lines in, stop fishing, bring that fish in, deposit it, then you can go back out fishing. Yes, so there are no services. There's a sandy dump on the way out. You can talk to Ron and Robin about using the sandy dump for everybody with trailers. There will be other people around, so please be somewhat cognizant of the fact that we're not the only ones on the water. This is a very well-loved campground. Lots of people love using it. Lots of people love fishing there, going out paddling. So we will probably be the majority of the people on the water, but let's just make sure we're being polite to everybody. Aljon, yes, go see Ron and Robin. I mentioned it earlier. Go see Ron and Robin. They have worms, $7 a pack. They're nice, great, big, juicy ones. I was using some on the weekend, and it was amazing. Nick, yes. So in the loop we're in, there's a big playground there for the kids. And then there's also a guys and ladies washroom facility there as well. Smith Optics we've got a display of sunglasses there after the event that you can get 15% off an order from Smith Optics. Al John, well, next time join on time. But thanks for joining. Yeah, so that's kind of our Trout Derby. Like I said, it is okay. Here we go. Rules for helping someone bring in a fish. You cannot help them reel it in, but you can help with netting it for them. They must bring the fish in on their own. Once the fish gets there, you can net it for them. When you take the picture, for anybody that's fishing with younger kids with them for the whole Derby weekend, they need to be holding the fish down on the board. You can take the picture for them with their identifier tag. I will have the tags there for everybody that's coming. I'll have the tags there and a Sharpie marker. I've also got some of the little armband things. I'll have those for sale as well there for anybody that needs those. But yeah, so any fish that comes in, the picture must be taken in your boat with you holding the fish, and somebody else can take the picture for you. Your identifier tag must be in there. I will give out the identifier code Friday night to everybody that's kind of milling around, and Saturday morning I'll have it written down for everybody. And then the same thing for Sunday. Sunday morning I'll give everybody the code for the Derby as well. Pinching of the tail. Absolutely. If you can pinch the tail down, just please make sure. I'll touch on this again. Anybody that's running an expandable bump board, I don't think you're really going to need to have it expanded unless you catch one of the big broods. If you do have to expand your bump board, we need to physically be able to see black lines showing where it is fully extended. And with that, if you're bringing out an expandable bump board and you're going to use it and you've drawn those lines, find me either Thursday night or Friday night or first thing Saturday morning and show me where those lines are. Bring me your bump board so I can see when it's fully extended that those lines match up with a full extension. That way, when I'm looking at your pictures, I know that it's an actual measurement. Any of those expandable bump boards that's got the raised lines in it, please take a Sharpie and just kind of hit those raised lines and the numbers. It just makes it so much easier to see those numbers in a photo. I think that pretty much covers it. Obviously, there's no bait allowed on your fly. It is a fly derby. The reason why it is a fly derby is because my father was somewhat of a purist fisherman, and until he moved out to Vancouver Island, I don't ever remember him even owning a spin rod, and even then I never saw him use it. So in his honor, we use only flies. Yeah, thanks, Gord. You answered it. You're allowed up to 3 flies on your line. So just make sure you know how to tie your knots properly, please, because I've seen things where people have tied them on and a fish bites the bottom one and rips 2 hooks off. Aquabatics, we're going to have an Aquabatics tent that the coffee's going to be under. They've got a giveaway. With that, I'm also going to say, get your registrations in right now. If you're going to be going to the Southern Alberta Showdown, there is a giveaway for that of a really nice big pike lure that they're going to give away before the Derby. That's probably going to help you out. Jim, yes, thank you very much. Everybody, if you haven't signed a waiver and sent it in, please print it off, sign it, and bring it with you. I'll try to bring some waivers with me as well. But please make sure before you get out there, you need to have that waiver signed. You're not allowed to fish without it. Jade, this derby has been going on. I started the Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail in 2018 after my dad passed, and we skipped 2020 because of COVID. So it's been a while now, and it's had a few iterations. We started out, we used to do May long weekend out at Dixon Pond, and after a couple years of horrible weather out there, and then COVID, we decided to move it, and we've been running it out at Open Creek Dam ever since. So it's been an absolute blast to have everybody fish this derby. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much again. I'm going to say this right now. I'm very humbled this year to say that we have over 50 anglers participating in this derby. This will be our largest freshwater derby we've had in Western Canada since the inception of the East Slope and then up through the trail. We almost hit 50 with the East Slope, but we never quite hit the 50 mark. This year, we've got over 50 anglers competing. So thank you, everybody. That means a lot to me, knowing that you guys are all coming out and supporting this great event. Gord Bus, I cannot say enough about this great, amazing gentleman. Everybody gets 25% off baits and free shipping from G-Bus Baits, as well as he has donated baits to every single one of our events. So we're going to have 2 lure prize packs up on the table at the Trout on the Fly Derby from Gord. So thank you for that. It's above and beyond knowing that you're doing that for the trails. So that's great. Like I said, I'll be heading out tomorrow. I'll probably be out of cell service by about 11. So if you've got any questions, message me tonight, message me tomorrow. I'm in site 48 right down by the water. You'll see me there. If you have anything to come and do, well, thanks, Nikki. Nikki Reckman, ladies and gentlemen, our rep from Kokatat, has been a staunch supporter of kayak fishing in Western Canada since the inception of the East Slope. Nikki and Kokatat have been donating either a dry suit or dry pants, dry jacket, and PFD. So again, thank you so much, Nikki, for your continued involvement in the trail. It's been very well noticed, and we are hands down are so appreciate having you and Kokatat involved with us. It's amazing. Gord, yes, I forgot. Gord actually is sending Broden with another 20 baits. So we're going to have lots of prize packs. Any merch on site? I've got some little keychains, a few little stickers that'll be pretty cheap, as well as some of the flags. I still have some flags left that we can sell. So we've got that. Just looking through our comments here. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to all our sponsors. We're so fortunate. We've got so many great sponsors that step up year after year and become involved with us. And it's because of you all and our sponsors that every event is what it is. So thank you all for that. I'm just going through the comments. I got a couple other things to say before I get to the Sucker Derby, but gates closed 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. No, sorry, Aljan, we don't have any hats left. They completely got taken pretty quick. They didn't last very long. Taryn's got an NRS Raku in medium. So anybody that wants to sell or trade any gear you have, bring it down with you. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, we'll have the option that people can kind of bring it up and set it over maybe by the where we're going to have the prize kind of cook kitchen. We'll have all the prizes in there. We'll set somewhere up that you can do a gear swap. So if there's things you want to sell or trade, bring it. So everybody maybe bring some cash if you want. Yeah, Broden is running around grabbing stuff tonight. So thank you for that, Broden. Curtis, what time will the gates open? Robin is all over that, 5 a.m. Yeah, I have been up on the far end of the lake, as far as you can get away from the campgrounds, and got text messages and stuff. I've yet for it actually to be able to make a call, but I have received text messages up there. So, like I said, if you need to, though, it's a 2 minute drive, not even down the road, to where you can get back into cell service if you absolutely need it. And like I said, if you need to, um, have them contact Open Creek Campground via messaging or Robin directly. So yeah, so that's Trout on the Fly. If anybody has any questions, like I said, PFDs are a must. You must have a fly, no spoons, no spinners. You can have a split shot or something to kind of get it down there, but it's fly only. Your best 3 trout. You can pinch the tails, barbless hooks. Um, Off the water and standing ready to get your pictures done if you haven't already had them done by 5 o'clock. Anybody that's still out on the water at 5 o'clock, your fish won't be submitted. As long as you're off the water and just kind of milling around on shore by the kayaks, that's fine. But if you're still on the water at 5 o'clock, we're not going to accept your fish. We are guests on this lake, the launch and the campground, so please be respectful to everybody. Like I said before, it's a very family-oriented campground, so please make sure that make sure that you're respectful to everybody. There is otters on the lake. They do like the fishermen. Sam, no, there is no dinner Saturday. I tried to get some sponsors to step up for a dinner, a meal, but unfortunately, we couldn't get anybody this year. Potentially next year, we'll look at maybe raising the cost of the event a little bit, and we'll get it catered, even if it's by Subway or something like that, where everybody will have some food when they come off. But unfortunately, we weren't able to secure any sponsorships for that this year. With that, I would like to say that with this event, with the money we raise, we donate money to Rimby Fish and Game for their kids fishing derby, as well as into Lacombe Fish and Game to help with fish stocking opportunities throughout central Alberta. So it's absolutely great to have you all come out and fish with us and raise money for our local fish and game agencies. Sucker Derby starts at 6, off the water by 3 p.m. So again, it's that you got to be off the water at 3. We stop it at 3, so people still have time to pack up and still get home at a decent time. You are allowed 5 suckers, whatever you want to use to fish for them. If you want to fly fish, you want to use spoons, you want to use minnows, worms, jig heads, whatever you want to use. It's an all tackle sucker derby. You can use whatever you want to get suckers. 5 of them. Again, if for anybody that's fishing with their kids for those events, make sure that they're the ones holding the fish down. Take the picture. I really encourage for anybody that's fishing with their kids for this, that they use a different cell phone for their kids' fish. It just makes it easier to differentiate whose fish is on what phone. I know that can be a little bit troublesome. If you want, and if you've got a little digital camera or something you want to use for the kids' pictures, you can use it. It just makes it so much easier for us to be able to look in and say, yes, these are your fish on this device. That's somebody else's fish on that device. So, again, it's barbless. It's 5 fish. It's pretty easy. It was a lot of fun. I don't know what the suckers are like this year. Last year, we had some amazing fish caught. Again, if you have a sucker that dies, please make sure that you come put it in that container and let me know, because I'll make sure that there's a measurement. So for either derby, there's a measurement of the fish that dies, and we'll be looking at your pictures to make sure that you haven't submitted that fish, because it's not eligible for the Derby if it does die. Roy, bring out your Lego lure collection. Roy, I might want to see your Lego lure collection, to be honest. That might be fun. Kiss the fish as well. Robin, if you want to kind of chime in the comments, Robin did make a comment about a kiss the fish out there. So, no, Gord, unfortunately, we can't keep the suckers. I tried to have a catch and bonk sucker derby, but because fisheries doesn't consider it that bad of a species in the lake, we're not allowed to do anything with it. Keeping it for bait, if it dies, it'll be in the cooler. I'll talk to fisheries and see. I'm sure they're not going to want a sucker back, so we can look at doing something like that with it. But those suckers must get put in that cooler. If they do die, suckers and trout, there'll be a cooler there. Put the fish in there because we need to be able to account for how many fish died if we have fish mortality. I'm just looking through. I think that's pretty much it. There is a little, oh, here we go. $50 bill to the first one that submits a full lip-to-lip fish pick. So Robin and Ron will be out on the water. I will kind of introduce everybody to them. I will let them be the judge because they have cell service. They can text each other as to who gets the first lip-to-lip fish pitcher, and then they can make that determination of who's going to win it. So if you take a picture of a fish, of you kissing that fish, find Robin and Ron, go take them your photo right away, show them, and then they can decide who the winner is for that. So thank you again, Robin and Ron, for doing that. Out of the stocked brood trout in there that are tagged, we have sponsored fish. So it's another way that we can give back. So hope my fiance doesn't think I'm cheating on her if I kiss a fish. Nah, you're good. Roy, if you use your tongue, I'm a minister of the Universal Life Church. I'll marry you, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of saying. If you're going to tongue a fish, I guess I might as well get the two of you hitched on the water. So with that, again, everybody, great questions that have come up. If you've got any other questions, please reach out to me. Like I said, I'm around for the rest of the evening until probably about 11 o'clock tomorrow. I think I'll probably be out of self-service by then. Get hold of me. I'll answer it. If not, reach out to Taryn, reach out to Broden. Flynn will already be out there probably. You can try reaching out to Denise. She's not coming, unfortunately, but she can probably help answer some questions. If you absolutely need to get hold of me for something, please reach out to Robin and she can come and get hold of me and I can head out to cell service and chat with you guys. Other than that, Broden does not want you to reach out to him. He will be working. He'll be elbow deep in grease tomorrow. Don't get Trotter, please. That dirty fish. Leave that to Mitch. Those are for him. Yeah. So like I said, it's going to be great. We're going to have a great time. I will post. So I've already posted the campsite locations. I'm going to post a pinned location to where the campground is to get in to see us there. So that'll be posted up on here today as well. If you've got any questions, reach out to us. Let's make this an amazing derby. Thank you to everybody for coming out. Thank you. There's been a few people that have reached out to us providing sponsorship prizes just out of the blue. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else, if there's anybody that you know or your company that you think, hey, we've got some travel mugs or hats or hoodies or anything like that, please feel free to bring it out and promote your company. We'll throw it on the prize table and just make our prize packs even bigger and bigger and bigger as we go. So with that, I am going to say goodnight to everybody. I'm going to say I can't wait to see you all. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm super excited. Hopefully everybody is in great health for this weekend, and it's going to be amazing. Start time, Mitch, for the Trout Derby is 6 a.m. off the water by 5. For the Sucker Derby is 6 a.m. off the water by 3. You do not need to register through the Fishing Chaos app for it. I know some people have. You need to get hold of me personally to register. If you haven't got hold of me to register before I'm gone, if you do send your payment, it's $50 per event, $30 a night per camping, and you send an e-transfer to the trail for that. When you come, please just make sure you've got a screenshot of that showing that you've made that payment, because I won't have the service to tell if you've made that payment. Or you can bring cash as well for that. There's a few people that have registered for the Trout Derby, but not for the Sucker Derby. If you decide you want to stay for the Sucker Derby, please just bring that $50 cash and you'll be entered into it. On that, let me just take a quick peek, because I know there's lots of people that are probably somewhat interested in this. I just got to wait for my Excel window to open here. As it sits right now, we have, I believe, 39 people entered into the Sucker Derby. There are probably 5 or 6 that haven't said if they're coming to the Sucker Derby or not, so it could go up. But at 39 people for the Sucker Derby, first place will be walking away with $680, second place $408, and third place $272, as well as prize packs that we have from our sponsors, such as Lose, G-Bus Lures. So we've got some amazing stuff out here for you guys to win. So if you've got the time to stay Sunday for the Sucker Derby, right now that's where we're sitting at prize-wise for payouts. It can go even higher. So the more people we get joined, the more money is going to be in that pot. So thank you for that. Thank you guys for coming. I will say with that, we charge $50 for the entry fee. We put $40 of that towards the prize pot. The other $10 we have licensing fees, insurance fees, and then the rest we put into a kitty for donations to Rimby Fishing Game and Wishing I Was Fishing, all of these kind of things. So we've got it there. We have Robin just mentioned it, and I was going to bring this up as my last point. For everybody that is coming to the Trout Derby, every single angler competing in the Trout Derby is going to receive a ticket. Your ticket will win you a Discovery Sportsman from Old Town. So somebody is walking away with a brand new, it's the hybrid single person canoe kayak style boat. So somebody's walking away with a brand new boat. We've got great prizes from Kokatat. As I said before, we've got a dry suit. We've got Yak Power. We've got Luz. We've got Garmin. We've got Aquabatics. Getting Hooked Fishing. We've got NRS. The list goes on and on and on. We have so many amazing prizes. You guys will see them all there. The one thing I'm going to ask everybody is, when you do win a prize, please go on social media, post a picture of you with your prize, and make sure you're tagging our sponsors, because it's because of them that we're able to provide these prizes to you all. And we really want to show them how proud we are to have them involved in our organization. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, goodbye, and we will see you all either Thursday, Friday, or for the few that are coming in on Saturday, we'll see you Saturday morning. So have fun. Make sure you bring all your gear. Make sure you bring your drinking water. Rimby's 15 minutes down the road. So if you're missing something, you can go down and get it. Ron and Robin have lots of stuff in their little store there if you need it. Bring cash, case you want worms, in case you want firewood, and in case there's going to be something at the gear swap that you want to buy. So we will see you all again, and it's going to be a great weekend. Thanks for coming out, everyone.